So I'm not really sure how, to be honest, I got into this stuff. It was probably, you know, when I was sitting in a hotel room in some city around Australia in between flight shifts that I really started to find out about gratitude, about the power of the mind, about manifestation, forgiveness, energy, frequency, and the universe, and how all of that plays a role in you actually getting behind the wheel of your own life and creating a life that you desire. And I remember listening to someone, I forget who, basically saying that you can have the life that you want. You can have anything that you want. And I remember at the time being like, oh my God, I never even knew that that was a possibility. I thought you just had to live the life that you were dealt, like the hand that you were dealt, and you know, whatever you're given in life, that's it. And so this concept of you creating the wealth, the abundance, the business, the financial freedom, the friendships, the relationships, and everything else that comes with, you know, life by design, I was really, really hooked on that, because up until this moment, I had felt so out of control of everything that this little taste and this little tidbit of me potentially being the designer of my reality going forward just absolutely hooked me completely. And so I began to kind of play and practice with gratitude and manifestation, and I started to share it a lot on social media, just like I had done during my rock bottom period, to connect with people. And I found that, again, the more I started to share on social media about these things, the more responses from people I got, the more beautiful connections and just sharings that I got from people about certain situations, and just having that ability to really connect in that way was really starting to fuel me and give me something to work towards. And I started to realize that I was really passionate about connecting with people in that way and helping them through something and coaching them through something, because at the same time, that's how I was changing my life. I was coaching myself through these things while simultaneously giving the same advice to others, and it was working for them. Honestly, that was starting to make me feel so fulfilled. So it was around this time, 6 months into my flight attending career, that I decided to leave that job because I wasn't happy, and I decided, you know what, now is the time that I'm going to start playing big, because now I'm fighting for my life, because now I know that there is more to life than just living and existing a certain way. And I really began to dive deep head first into everything to do with manifestation, everything to do with mindset, everything to do with gratitude. And it was around this time that I also realized that I had to let my dream of being a marine biologist die. And the reason for this is that I feel like things just weren't opening up to me in this area of life for a reason. And maybe I'm not meant to be a marine biologist in the traditional sense, but maybe it's meant to come into play into my life in some other way that I wasn't expecting or couldn't have planned for initially. It was around this time, about 2 years ago, that I came across this Instagram page and this person that had been embodying basically and living everything that I was striving towards. And her name was Catherine Zankina, Manifestation Babe. And she was really my first introduction into someone that was starting to embody and live these concepts and actually having a lot of success with it, and also coaching people through the process as she was going through it. And I felt this similarity almost, and this connection, and I was like, yes, this is proof that everything that I had thought initially and everything that I've been working towards actually works. And this is someone that is actually living the life and showing people that it can be done. So over the last 2 years, I really routinized, is that a word? And created habits that essentially have put manifestation and gratitude on autopilot for me. I've manifested my first home with my boyfriend of 10 years. After 8 years of not living together, we eventually moved into this gorgeous home where we can see the ocean. In the last 6 months alone, I've managed to pay off $10,000 of borrowed money in terms of car loans and debts and things like that, all through manifestation and mindset mastery. I am in the absolute best shape of my life now. I no longer have eating issues or binge eating issues or emotional eating issues at all, and I'm actually more fit now than I was in my early 20s or even a couple of years ago. I have so much energy and I'm so grateful for it. And I'm also now building the business of my dreams. I'm letting myself go big. I'm letting myself dream big. All in all, I finally realized and found out how to get out of my own way so I could begin creating and manifesting the life of my dreams. So in essence, that is my history. That brings us to where we are today. We're looking to the future. I am ever growing, ever evolving, ever expanding, and most importantly, passing on everything that I have learned over the last 10 years of life onto you guys, and basically fast tracking you guys to doing this in a much shorter amount of time so that you don't have to go through all the years that I went through. And I like to think of it as I had to dig my way out of my rock bottom the hard way so that I can now throw you guys the rope ladder. And that is my passion, that is my purpose, and that is my goal with everything that I'm doing right now, including this YouTube channel. It is honestly my life's mission to mentor you guys to empower yourselves and to equip you guys with the tools that you need to get behind the wheel of your own life and steer it in any direction that you want, because you can do anything that you want. And I'm proof of that. If I can come from where I've come from and manage to change things around from the situation that I was in to where I am now, you can honestly do anything that you want. And I seriously mean that. And it is my job. I am determined to prove that to you guys. So that is all for today's video. That is my history. That is how I came to be where I am today. If you guys want to get started with transforming your own lives, I highly recommend the 7 Days to Gratitude e-guide that I created. It is for beginners, for intermediate, and for experts in the mindset mastery arena. But it is essentially 7 days of jam-packed workbook content and questions that will essentially get you to start questioning your reality and start transforming it and empowering yourself to use gratitude essentially as a tool to get you from where you are now to where your destiny is. So if you want to check that out, the link is in my bio below. Just click the link. That is it for today's video, guys. Don't forget to leave a like or a comment down below telling me what you would like to see in the next video. Until then, thank you guys so much for being here. I love you all.